Shalom, this brother Kapaya Yah with another lesson. I'd like to start off by giving all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rikah Kodash, and double honor to the men of Great Millstone that's out there on the highway and byway, pushing this truth day in the day out, also pushing the truth over the worldwide internet, reaching for the elect to pull them out of a two-thirds state of mind so that we can be beamed up on the church of salvation to live in the kingdom under King David and the supreme King Yahushua, which he has the title of command and authority and rulership over heaven and earth. Though title was given to Yahushua by Father Yahweh. Also, I'm not a member of GMS, but I believe GMS have the 100% truth of the Bible to the Akim and the Aqua, which are the men and women that I listen, learn, and continue to pray for more faith, repent, and fast, and keep the laws and commandments to the best of your ability, as it states in John 14:15. If ye love me, keep my commandment. Also, Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandment, for this is the whole duties of men. I want to do a little small video on this Tuskegee experiment with the syphilis that Esau did to our men by having his pet dog, Eve, to go into these poor communities and tell them that, lies, saying that this is going to help you, stating that, your blood is bad, we want to clean you up, and, shit like that. And just for an experiment. Just for an experiment. This is a true devil. He don't want to experience on his own. He'll go experience on some Africans, on us, somebody that he finds undesire. These are some undesirable people. Anybody that look like us or close to our skin, or God's people or whatever. So Esau, what goes around comes around. The Bible says in Revelation 18 and 6, do unto them double as what they have done unto you. Give them the cup. Also, they're going to drink of the same cup that we drank of, but it's going to be double. And yes, in the kingdom, we're going to use playful experiment, deadly experiment. It's going to be playful. We ain't going to take it serious and uh, 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 write down data or what we seen. No, it's going to be for the hell of it. So this have to come to you, and our people, the men back then, and because they did it to the men, and then eventually through sex, the woman eventually got it, and then the offspring eventually, received it, you know, and I'm telling you, this is a true live demon. He is working on the left hand side, you know, of Satan. But also we understand that these men that receive that syphilis, SHOT, they wasn't innocent. They probably was those men during the time when Yahushua was about to get crucified, saying, "Put the blood on this man, death on our children." You just never know. But besides that, this is the wicked. He is the border of wickedness due to Malachi 1 and 4. You can't get no wicked than this right here. He loved to shed blood. He loved to experiment on our so-called black men and women. The horrendous stuff that he did to the woman with cutting her open with no anesthesia. Can you imagine that? I remember a brother saying that he knew a guy, multiple guys that, in gangs or whatever have got, shot and got stabbed. They said they rather get shot over and over again rather to get stabbed, to get cut. That's a different type of pain. All for to become the full father of medicine or whatever. They treated us like wild animals. They treated us like cows getting ready to go into the slaughterhouse, to be cut up and be processed and be sent, to stores and then to the dinner table. This how this man used to look at us, and still today he don't give a damn. But these men, through the deception of our own woman, this particular female, I forgot her name, but she, like I said, this female dog went in and persuaded these men to trust and believe Esau Edom, that he really had hope for you to live a long life, longevity. No, he always wanted to exterminate you, always back to Jacob and Esau. Tell you, Ecclesiastes, what, 12 and 10, if I'm not mistaken, to never trust thy enemies. Even though he come crouching, let me just go to it. I don't want to cuff that up. And that's what he used the black woman, so-called black woman, to deceive the black man. No different from what Esau have always done, all the way back into the garden. He was that demon that went to Eve and told Eve, "It's good over here." Our doctrines, which is, the Bible said apple, but it was doctrines of men. And she saw evil. She saw the wickedness, and she thought it was cool. Just like, a lot of our women see these bad boys. That's exciting to her. That's good to her. But a man with his head on his shoulders and he trying to live righteously, that's boring. Come on, Adam, get out of that. Don't want to do anything. Let's do something. Let's go over here. Let's go over here where the other trees at, where the Lord told us not to go to, not to take heed, not to be part of those other trees. But the excitement of the woman, you know, yes, boss, I can do that. And Esau, smiled and showed her favor, and that, man, I'm telling you, you could have brought Eve for a wooden nickel, because some of us, when somebody show you gratitude, when somebody, show you favor, and it's not of your own people that look like you, sometimes people feel good about themselves for some reason. Oh, you mean tell me I got these white people, they loving me, they eating out of my hand, and I ain't never had no white person do that, but they just playing you to get you to do what they want you to do. And she went and trusted her enemies, and then she went and told her own men lies that their blood was, unclean, and that it need to get clean, and this and that, whatever. Never, Ecclesiastes 12:10, never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is her wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching. See, this the part where we trying to help you. We gonna give you some insurance, a little bit of money, or we gonna, make it worth your while. Uh, 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 um, we gonna enhance your living arrangement. We'll do this, we'll do that. We'll go ahead and give free lunch to your kids and stuff like that to try to soothe you over. No different from that. We call that when Biden was in office, he gave everybody their stimulus package. Now look where we at. Yet take good heed and beware of him. See, and those men, like I said, we have been disconnected from our power, and we started believing in this man, what he say, what he believed, because still today, you have a lot of brothers, if they hear it from a white man, it's 100. But when you hear it from your own brother, you don't take it as gold. See, that's the curse that we under. You hear it from a white person, oh, it got to be real. But when you hear it from your own, telling you don't believe this man, don't trust this man, and it's due to because we have been disconnected from this Bible. It says this, and Jeremiah 17:4, and thou even thyself shall disconnect from thy heritage that I give thee, and I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in the land which thou knowest not. So those guys there, if they knew not to trust this guy, they wouldn't turn over their body to be a lab rat for his study, because you would know that he's no fucking good. Never trust thy enemies. Right? So, that's a big issue in our community. So let me just play this video. Hold on, let me put up this fair use.
Fair use allows limited, unlicensed use of copyrighted material for things like criticism, comment, or research. It's a U.S. legal concept, and it's determined on a case-by-case basis, considering specific factors.
Okay, there you have it. Fair use. Not making any profit on this video, just going by scripture. So let's play this right quick.
100 black men went blind, insane, and died in a U.S. most evil experiment. It's 1932, Tuskegee, Alabama. U.S. Public Health Service arrives in a poor black community with an offer: free health care, free meals, free burial insurance. 600 black men sign up. They're told they're being treated for bad blood. It's a lie. They have syphilis. The government knows it, but they're not getting treatment. They're being studied. The doctors want to see what happens when syphilis goes untreated, how it destroys the body, how it kills. 1940s, penicillin is discovered. It cures syphilis. The study continues. The men aren't told about the cure. They're not given penicillin. Doctors watch them go blind, watch their organs fail, watch them lose their minds for science. The men infect their wives. The doctors don't warn them. Children are born with syphilis. The doctors document it. For 40 years this continues. 600 men, 40 wives infected, 19 children born with the disease, 128 men dead from syphilis or complications. The doctors knew, the government knew, they did nothing. 1972, a whistleblower, Peter Buxton, public health service investigator, leaks the study to a journalist. The story breaks. America is horrified. The study ends immediately. But here's the betrayal. Buxton had tried to stop it in 1966, 6 years earlier. He'd reported it internally. This is unethical. These men are dying. We have the cure. The government's response? The study must continue. The scientific data is too valuable. They silenced him. The study went on. Another 6 years. More deaths. More infections. Only when the media exposed it did they stop. 1997. President Clinton apologizes. What was done cannot be undone, but we can end the silence. 25 years after it ended. 65 years after it began. By then, most of the men were dead. 600 black...
See there? See, you know, this right here angers you. And this man still today want to act like he's your best fucking friend. And then you got 2/3 of our people that still love this man nutsack. Oh man, you wrong. He ain't, you got rappers, you know. I remember hearing Lil Wayne and Master P saying, pretty much saying, they the one helped me to get on my career. They ain't did nothing to me. See, that's minor stuff. The Lord put it in those men's mind to get you where you at. But as a whole, these motherfuckers are evil. This is evil, man. And it's way more than what he did than this right here. The slave trade. Not just only us, he did other nations of people and unalive millions of other people. He came over here and took the native, the native, which is the Northern Kingdom here in America, took their land away from them, slaughtered them by the millions. When Esau unalived people, he unalived people in large numbers. What we have done in any other nation, opposite of Esau, they have not even reached. They are at the bottom of crime. Esau, his crime go way into outer space. Jeremiah, let me see where this at. Let me go to see, this is what's gonna have to happen. Number 24 and 17. I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not now. There shall come a star out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite the corner of Moab, and destroy the children of Seth, and Edom shall be a possession. We got to sit back and wait on Yahweh shall come. And when he come, he's our revenger. He's gonna take care of that. You can read 2nd Ezra 13 and 1 on down. Yahweh shall gonna come and everything gonna tremble. You know. So Edom, he's going to be our possession, the Heavenly Father. You know, Yahweh shall gonna make that happen. Sierra also shall be a possession for his enemies, and Israel shall do violently. We're going to be, we're going to do to them, man, I'm telling you, it's going to be courageous what we're going to do. So out of Jacob shall come he that shall have dominion. So that's Yahushua. Yahushua, he's going to come out of Jacob and shall destroy him that remain in the city. Yahushua going to come with their fire. The ICBM missiles going to come from everywhere, coming to the north, to Babylon, to America. So this has to happen, the destruction of Babylon. And when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nation, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever. So he's going to be destroyed out of this kingdom here. And then he's going to be put in slavery. And then he's going to be destroyed. He's going to be destroyed by who? Us, the children of Israel. Let's go to, because this is what has to happen to this man. Go to Obadiah. Obadiah, we're going to get our holy land back, which is Israel. Start at 17. Obadiah 1:17, but upon Zion shall be deliverance. We're going to be delivered, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possession. So we're going to have our land back, and we're going to possess our possession. And that's everybody that is not of Israel. And the main possession that we're going to want to have is Esau, Edom, Amalek. 19, and they of the south shall possess the mountain. Let me go. 18, Salakia. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire. So that's the southern kingdom. And the house of Joseph, the northern kingdom, a flame. Both fire, right? And the house of Esau for stubble. That's the residue that's left over from being burnt, crisp. And they shall kindle in them. We're going to come together, so-called black and brown. We're going to come together and kindle them. We're going to cook them and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord has spoken it. And this is what have to be. This is what had to happen because of the horrific stuff that he have done to us. So listen. This is what I want to see right here. This is what I want to see right here. Give me 1 sec. Having you in chains, just like you had us, we're going to have you said double unto them as what they have done to you. This is going to be before you perish off the face of this earth. And we're going to be in our righteous rulership. You see that right there? See that glorious smile of payback, revenge? Oh, yeah. This coming for you. With all this shit that you have done to us, it's coming back to you. So I'm going to end it right there. Shalom.
100 black men went blind, insane, and died in a U.S. most evil experiment. It's 1932, Tuskegee, Alabama. U.S. Public Health Service arrives in a poor black community with an offer: free health care, free meals, free burial insurance. 600 black men sign up. They're told they're being treated for bad blood. It's a lie. They have syphilis. The government knows it, but they're not getting treatment. They're being studied. The doctors want to see what happens when syphilis goes untreated, how it destroys the body, how it kills. 1940s, penicillin is discovered. It cures syphilis. The study continues. The men aren't told about the cure. They're not given penicillin. Doctors watch them go blind, watch their organs fail, watch them lose their minds for science. The men infect their wives. The doctors don't warn them. Children are born with syphilis. The doctors document it. For 40 years this continues. 600 men, 40 wives infected, 19 children born with the disease, 128 men dead from syphilis or complications. The doctors knew, the government knew, they did nothing. 1972, a whistleblower, Peter Buxton, Public Health Service investigator, leaks the study to a journalist. The story breaks. America is horrified. The study ends immediately. But here's the betrayal. Buxton had tried to stop it in 1966, 6 years earlier. He'd reported it internally. This is unethical. These men are dying. We have the cure. The government's response? The study must continue. The scientific data is too valuable. They silenced him. The study went on. Another 6 years. More deaths. More infections. Only when the media exposed it did they stop. 1997. President Clinton apologizes. What was done cannot be undone, but we can end the silence. 25 years after it ended. 65 years after it began. By then, most of the men were dead. 600 black